Who are you? Well, the body is 70% water, and we need water to stay alive in our physical lives. Studies indeed show us that we can fast for several days, but we need water. We still need water. We can only survive for a very short period of time, maybe a few days, without water. So water is a vibrational frequency. We can say water is an energy that vibrates and flows within each of us. And of course, you can feel when you don't have water. You, without that flow, we have lack. And when we're in lack, we actually appear dehydrated. And we automatically offer somebody some water. We want to give them something when we sense that they're lacking it. And when we exchange water, just like energy, just like light, we bring an essence, we share, we enhance somebody. Now, at the moment of birth, an energy enters our body, and that makes each of us very unique. It makes us the individual, the unique spirit, the light that is within each of us makes us unique in our life, in our everyday life. And the light, the spirit, the energy can be described many different ways. But at a fundamental level, this light wants to shine, it wants to dance and feel alive, it wants to vibrate, it wants to flow just like water. The body needs water to survive, and it needs flow, the light to flow for it to feel good and to survive and thrive in the world. Now, I, like many people and like you, searched for what made me progress, what made me move, what got me out of pain, out of poverty mindset, out of negative thoughts. I wanted to really release and reach that level of flow. I was unhappy and I was withering away. I was dehydrated in my life. And I could sense this from inside. And of course, people around me could see this, but I didn't know myself what to actually do. So I searched. I wanted to find a solution. I wanted something that I didn't have. And I couldn't actually describe what it is I was looking for, but I did know that within me I was missing something. And I wanted that. I wanted to feel fulfilled from within. I wanted to feel the flow and the vibrancy, and I wanted to feel that aliveness within. And I tried many different things. I went to many different things and I did different things. And one day I met a lady, and this lady was offering what is referred to as life activation. And she introduced me to life activation, and she introduced me to the path of progression in an ancient lineage, in the lineage of King Solomon. And my first reaction was, thank you. I don't need a path. I don't want a path. I don't want healing, and I don't want to study. That was where my mind was. But thankfully, she said, why don't you do the session? Why don't you try this session? And she invited me to come to the session, the life activation. And she said, if you come to this session, it'll help to bring more light into your life. And that sounded good to me. I thought, light, I can take some more light. I can have some more light in my life. And light always helps. So she, by giving me that invitation, helped me to see and to have the realization that I needed some more light in my life. And I knew from my life experience that if I went into a room and I turned the light on, if it was dark and I brought more light in, then there was light in the room. I turned the light on, there was light in the room, and I was able to see clearly what was in the room. And this very wise woman, she said to me, imagine that there's a light in a room, a chandelier that has 24 bulbs on that chandelier. And when you switch on the light, when the chandelier lights up, only one bulb is lit up. How much would you be able to see? And I thought to myself, well, if there's 24 bulbs and there's only one on, then I'm not going to see very much. That's going to be a dim light. And she said, well, that's in essence what your structure is like. She said, you only have one bulb lit up when you could have all the light bulbs turned on in your structure, all 24 of them. And I thought, okay, that sounds really good. Let me book a session. And that's indeed what I did. And well, I went to the session and she turned on all of those light bulbs. And let me tell you what happened. So much light flowed into my life. And I realized that this light brought a vibrancy and flow came in, clarity came in. I could feel what I actually wanted. I wanted more of the essence of who I truly was. I wanted more of the spiritual energy to flow into the good life that I had, but it was missing the essence of spirit. And I realized that I wanted to have more than what I already had. And I asked her, how do I keep this flow going? Because I like this and I really want to keep this going. I want more of this in my life. I don't want to let this go. Can I book another session? And she said, well, what you're actually asking for is you're asking for how you can sustain the light in your life, how you can do this for yourself every day. And I said, yes, that is exactly what I'm looking for. She said, then you are ready. You are ready to embrace the path of progression, and you are able to build a stronger relationship using the foundations of light and the essence of spirit in all areas of your life. I thought, okay. But I said yes. It wasn't 100%, but I felt yes, this is what I want. So I did that, and I started a journey on what is called a path of progression, where I could progress myself. And that brought me great excitement, because up until this moment, I was able to do things, but there had been a limitation in my life. So off I went to the 2-day foundational training, which was the basic steps in this path of progression in the lineage of King Solomon, but yet it gave me so many tools. And I started to practice that in my life, and it brought even more of positivity, more of light, more clarity. And it helped me to feel more peaceful. It helped me to feel better, and it helped me to touch by bringing the light in and touching the places that didn't have clarity and didn't have light. And it helped me to flow like that pure river that flows when the water is vibrant and it is still and flowing. My body became like that. The light flowed in, and every cell and every fiber and the essence of my being was energized. I was hydrated from inside. The structure, I became healthier. I actually became younger because the light brought in, it got rid of the shadows and the darkness, and it brought in the purity to who I truly was. And I was able to choose for the first time in my life what I wanted. What I felt from within me was what I truly wanted in my life. And that started to completely change my life, because I was able to build a foundation on my choices, built on light, built on purity, and based on what my soul, my spirit was craving. And I was able to stay in that beauty and flow from within. And I was able to bring my world together, my physical world and my spiritual world. And there was no way around doing that, because that is what the key to progression is. It's building your life on the foundation of who you truly are, letting go of the excuses, letting go of the concepts that you have built that are physical, but they're not true to your essence. It's very easy to have physical things, but at a certain point in our life, we realize, I want more than that. So if you're in that place, if you're asking yourself, I have all these things, but why don't I feel fulfilled? If you're feeling that dehydration, as I call it, from within, if you're feeling the fogginess, if you're feeling the lack, if you're feeling the dim light, then you are asking for more light, for more spirituality, for the ability to build your life with spirit in the physical. So let's keep this conversation going. Feel free to subscribe, message me. I look forward to working with you. Thank you for joining me today.